All right, testing, testing. One, two, three. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing okay. I have testing out my first virtual streaming, and yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. I got me a little avatar here. Um, I don't know why she don't look happy. She was pretty smiling earlier. I don't know what happened. Let's see what we can do here. Um, General settings. Let's see. Ta-da-da. Okay, this is essentially a test, anyways. Um, but let's see. Whoops. Whoa. Come back. Come back. Oh no. I lost my face. Where'd my face app go? Sorry, folks, if you're having to sit through this and watch it. Um, oh man, I wonder if I can even find the application again. Let's see. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Let's create a shortcut. Bam. Okay, there we go. Get my face back. Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. Um, let's see. Here's where I actually want to start. I want to check and see if it's actually streaming on my channel, on my YouTube. Yes, it is streaming on my YouTube. So I'm going to assume it's streaming on DLive and Twitch as well. So thank you everybody to my first VTube and my first virtual podcast. And I kind of just wanted to test this out and get a little bit more comfortable doing podcasts. And I wanted to fill some folks in on some of the new, I don't know, applications or platforms that I'm using to test out, or actually to build my web presence. And so this about.me, and these are all free services. But I found about.me is a very quick and easy website name for folks to remember. And it gives you just a quick, like, business card kind of website. I have a link that goes to my company website, which I'll show you shortly. But you get to add like a description, and I put in a couple important links and hashtags, and then of course my email. and you can link your socials with if they have them at the bottom. There's also some other pretty neat features you can get if you want to pay for them, but I'm pretty happy with just the basic free service for right now. And then that brings me to my main social media profile, which is on float.app. You can see it's a lot like Facebook, not nearly as busy and without any of the ads. And this has a Bitcoin wallet integrated with it. And it also has integrated some Patreon-like features. So, and YouTube for that matter. So within the media section, you can live stream videos. I don't know that I can connect it to Restream, so unfortunately, I'll have to see about how to get videos into Float later. And then you have your posts, you know, very much like Facebook posts, but in the paid section, you also have your Patreon features. And these are just short descriptions of the 3 different programs that I have. And of course, there's the Just Ask Ernest Telegram group, which is where I do most of my education and talking to folks and helping them through the things that they need to do to adopt or figure out what's the best way for them to adopt blockchain technology. So that's Float. This other 2 sites that are very similar, and this is probably the most common, and then I'll show you the one that I'll be transferring to once it's updated. But this is just called Linktree, and it's just a simple profile with all your links, different profile platforms with some quick links at the bottom. So you can see on here I have, you know, my about me, my coin tree, which is the next one that I'll show you, the research services that I offer via the Float app, my Telegram group link, my NFTs that are hosted on Atomic Hub. Then we get into, you know, platforms, LinkedIn, which I haven't updated in a long time. Didn't even realize people were still using it, and apparently it's doing pretty good. It's got lots of updates. It also has a link to my Unstoppable domains, as well as to my streaming channels and Facebook, and my favorite Decentraland event every Tuesday. Some of the video games that I play that are blockchain based, some of the DAOs that I belong to, and some of the blogs that I publish on. And of course, my TradingView account as well, because I do like to show into folks. So very similar to Linktree for, you know, normal social media user, but we now have also CoinTree. And this is very similar, except that you can also add in your links to your different crypto public wallets, so that people know where to, you know, send you crypto for different things. And you can also have your different social media links. And of course, this has a messaging service within it as well. So that's kind of handy. I actually don't have to give out my email if I don't want to, and I can keep things pretty simple. So one of the things that I do or have done for a long time is to talk to people about cooperatives and cooperative governance structures. And with the advent of blockchain technology and DAO governance structures, this leads me to my next exciting topic. People ask me, you know, what exactly is a DAO? And I've always said with a DAO is kind of just like a cooperative that can scale to much larger than we know them to be today. And this scaling actually allows cooperative organizations to manage and thrive during periods of economic degrowth as well as periods of economic growth. Whereas competitive organizations really need a constant environment of growth and death and destruction, and growth and death and destruction. But the Bankless DAO, which I just recently became a member of, and I have been learning quite a lot. This is their wiki, and it's kind of like a normal organization where you have to come up with, what your DAO is going to do, what the mission values are, and actually, since this is a decentralized autonomous organization, we have, instructions or guides for how to actually get started and get involved with the different parts of the DAO, because there's no central part for people to come in and get kind of onboarded and acclimated. Most of this is done in a Discord server. However, it just takes a little bit more thought when you're scaling up, and how do you bring people into your organization when you're trying to get thousands and thousands of people into your organization, and getting people that want to participate in your organization. So in that sense, DAO structures are very similar and have a lot of the issues or challenges that cooperatives do, and except that we're a little different than a nonprofit, because we actually control or maintain our own treasury. While we do look for partnerships with other DAOs and other groups to build our treasury, essentially what separates our DAO from a cooperative or a nonprofit is essentially its treasury and how it's managed. And in this particular DAO, the Bankless DAO, you can see we do have a grants committee because we have our own grant system within the DAO, so that funds people can apply for funding from the treasury of the DAO for DAO related projects. And then we also have a voting system. And there's essentially, over here in the DAO resources, two types of, or I should say 3 types of membership within the DAO. There's the type of membership where you just kind of stay informed, you're kind of a subscriber, you may be in the Discord, but you might not have any of the, kind of advanced membership privileges or perks of the Discord. And then there's a second tier where you're not just a subscriber, but you're kind of a member of the actual DAO. And for that, essentially you have to prove that you have a reserve of some of the bank tokens, 35,000 of them to be exact. And then as long as you can prove that you have those tokens, which is easy to do, then you can get access into the communication network within the guild, within the DAO, and really start finding ways to contribute to the DAO. The third level of DAO membership is our badge holders. And badge holders are essentially those people who've committed to essentially like a dues paying type of subscription, which is very small, but it's kind of like union dues. But essentially, if you pay your dues, you get to vote. Now, you don't have to pay your dues to contribute and support and guide and shape and participate and find meaning. But, you know, you do have to put a little bit more skin in the game, and you have to essentially, commit to being a part of the DAO for a period, a period of time, right? This is how you get, kind of try to build the long-term membership of the folks in your DAO. So within our DAO, we have, developing several like guild structures, essentially. We have some folks in the guild who are doing and carrying out operations functions that like support the activities and the building of the guild. But we also have guilds that can offer their talents to folks outside the guild as well, and perhaps even build partnerships with other groups and DAOs, kind of contributing to the overall network effect of being bankless. And what is being bankless? Well, in the bankless DAO, essentially, it's how to start moving off of centralized control and of the banking system and your own banking needs. So this is pretty much all I wanted to say about the bankless DAO right now. There's a lot that I'm still learning, and hopefully I didn't get anything wrong. However, I hope to bring more of these updates to you in the future, and show you some of the exciting things that I see going on in the DAO. And of course, you can always subscribe to the Bankless folks on YouTube. Just search for #Bankless, and you'll find a variety of shows that will keep you up to date on the latest developments in Ethereum and DeFi. So there's my plug for Bankless. But before you go bankless, if you're like, that's too much of a big step for me, what can I do that's just simple? Just get me started, Ernest. And so I have to recommend, like, get the Brave browser, get a browser that's more secure than the Google Chrome browser, be in more control over the tracking of your data, and begin to own your data when you're on the internet. And the Brave browser is one way to do that. As you can see here, I get to claim my rewards for doing so after I prove that I'm human. Boom. And that's claiming those rewards. If you watch ads, and you can get more rewards. Also, the Brave browser allows you to tip verified publishers on the web. So some of your favorite artists or writers, you can actually just, by visiting their website, if they're connected with Brave, if they're a contributor in their contributor program, then you can send that directly to those artists, which are following your ethics and values and writing about the things you care about. So once you have a browser, right, easy peasy figuring out how to get a new browser, right? You go to your Play Store, download Brave browser. Next thing you should do is you should add the PreSearch search engine extension. And you can see here on the left, I have all the any other search engine that I want is real easy to go to. But when I use the PreSearch search engine, that data that's generated, I earn PreSearch tokens for. You might also notice that there's hardly any ads on this platform. The way to get your ad on the platform is by staking your PreSearch tokens. So there's it's just a great search engine, and I don't think people realize that when they use their browser and they type words into the search engine, they are literally working for Google for free. And you don't have to anymore. So I think that was about all I had to say. I hope this is my first like remote mobile streaming attempt and with a virtual avatar. So I hope that this turned out pretty well, and I hope it was, informative. Please leave questions in the description or get a hold of me in, via, any of these methods here on Linktree or on Float. Um, and I hope you have a good day. So thank you, folks. Thank you, Bankless. And thank you, Thea Bunny, for teaching me how to VTube in literally less than 2 days. So thank you. Have a good day. This is the Ernest Goes to Blockchain, episode 1.